Hey everyone, happy Tuesday and welcome back to another Blockchain Live. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. As you can see from the green screen behind me, we're in the studio this week, filming some new classes and getting some old ones updated. So really exciting week. A lot going on in the world of blockchain. I want to talk a little bit about what's happening in the blockchain and cryptocurrency market. If you were following the news yesterday, you saw that the markets were having a pretty turbulent day. And a lot of this has to do with what's going on in the real estate market in China. I apologize for having a few technical glitches this afternoon, and I'm not able to share my screen. But I want to talk just about what's going on, and maybe you can close your eyes and picture a news article in the background as I talk about this. If you were following the market yesterday, you saw that not only were traditional securities down, but cryptocurrency was down. Bitcoin at one point was down about 10%, recovered a lot of those losses. Ethereum was down about 8% at its worst yesterday. But all this was being driven by some apprehension about what was going on in the Chinese real estate market. And a lot of this has to do with changes that are being introduced to the market right now. The Wall Street Journal had a really great article on this yesterday called Xi Jinping Aims to Rein in Chinese Capitalism, Hew to Mao's Socialist Vision. And I really recommend, if you're a Wall Street Journal subscriber, that you go check out this article. Fox News also posted a short recap of this article, and I'll share with you some of the highlights. Basically, this article talks about how Xi Jinping is really trying to fulfill Chairman Mao's original vision. That vision being that capitalism was just a stopgap measure to help grow the Chinese economy until they could migrate into a fully socialist system. So some of the highlights from this news story, I'll go ahead and quote this from the Wall Street Journal. They're talking about Xi Jinping, is trying to roll back China's decades-long evolution towards a Western-style capitalism and put the country on a different path entirely. For most of the 40 years after Deng Xiaoping first unleashed economic reforms in China, Communist Party leaders gave market forces a wide room to flourish. That opening helped lift hundreds of millions of people all around China out of poverty and created trillions of dollars in wealth, but also led to rampant corruption, and this is the important part, eroded the ideological basis for continued communist rule. The Wall Street Journal examination shows that Xi Jinping is trying to forcefully get China back to the socialist vision of Mao Zedong, who saw capitalism as a transitory phase on the road to socialism. So you've probably read a lot in the news about some of the big regulatory crackdowns in China. And what was really driving a lot of this was a very heavily leveraged company known as Evergrande that was doing real estate development in China. Evergrande is currently the most indebted company in the world. They're over $300 billion in debt. And Evergrande is really shaping up to be China's version of Lehman Brothers. If you were around back in 2008, then you remember the American markets went through a pretty big crash. All this was built on over-leveraged banks investing in the real estate market. And now China finds themselves in a similar position. Well, what does any of this have to do with blockchain? Well, what was really interesting is, like I said, Bitcoin was down up to 10% yesterday. It closed the day down about 2.5%, at around $40,000, 40,267 was the official closing price, which, if you know Bitcoin, is kind of amusing because there is no close to a cryptocurrency market. I'm not sure exactly where they draw the line. But what was really interesting about this is we saw that prices of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, including Ether and other altcoins, really kind of followed what the larger securities market was doing. And this kind of goes against the narrative that we've heard about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies for so long, that they're a great way to hedge investments in traditional securities. And a lot of this has been based on the belief that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies have an inverse relationship to other market-related securities. We find out that's not the case. In an article posted on MSN, They say the threat of possible loan defaults by Chinese property developer Evergrande shook cryptocurrencies alongside other markets on Monday, as investors worried about whether the losses would spread into the wider financial system. Ether ended up down 2% at $3,036.69, having broken below $3,000 on Monday with a low of 2811.83. I don't think we'll see the kind of positive price action until we have clarity about Evergrande problems, and said James Butterfield, an investment strategist from CoinShares. And so I think this is really a significant development in the overall blockchain market because, again, it kind of goes against the narrative that we've heard for so long with cryptocurrencies, that somehow they have an inverse price relationship to securities. And now we see that that's not necessarily true. I'd love to hear what you guys think. If you're watching and you have a comment or a question about this, go ahead and let me know. As you know, we're here every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern on Blockchain Update to talk about what's going on in the larger blockchain world. What do you guys think about this? Do you think that the value proposition behind cryptocurrencies has changed? Is it the same, but maybe we didn't understand it? Or is this just kind of a fluke event? Furthermore, what do you think might happen with what's going on in China right now? Do you think that China is going to adopt the same strategy we did here in America, that certain institutions are just too big to fail? Is the Chinese Communist Party going to bail out Evergrande and straighten out the market and prevent contagion from spreading to the rest of the world? Or are they really going to live through the communist vision and not bail out the company? Because it's just collecting wealth in the hands of people who are already wealthy. I'd love to hear what you think. So again, any questions, comments, anything you guys have, we're here every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern to talk about what's happening in the blockchain world. Anyway, that was kind of what stood out to me yesterday. Again, love to hear what you guys think. Leave a comment. And if you do have questions about blockchain or things you want to talk about, be sure to join us for our next YouTube live session coming up on Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Anyway, that's just a quick little update from my corner of the world and what's happening in blockchain. Like I said, we're here in the studio this week. That's why you see this green background behind me, working on updating, creating new versions of our courses, getting everything updated, ready to go. This week, we're in the studio, revamping Hyperledger Administrator and Developer, and also putting refresh onto our blockchain architecture class. So there's never been a better time than now to learn about blockchain. I think in all my years of being involved with this technology, I don't know that I've ever quite seen the market demand where it is right now. The skills gap, the gap between the demand for qualified blockchain resources and the number of resources we actually have, I don't think has ever been greater. So if you've been following some trends that are going on in the market, things like the Great Resignation, you know that a lot of people right now are looking to explore new opportunities. Maybe you're one of them. Maybe you're looking to start off on a new career path and you're interested in the world of Web 3.0, decentralized technologies, and blockchain. Well, if you're looking to come up to speed on the basics, check out some of our courses at blockchaintrainingalliance.com. We've got great courses, not only for technical folks, architects and solution developers, but for non-technical folks as well. We really focus in on some of the business implications of blockchain and how it might be able to transform your industry or your specific enterprise. So anyway, that's just a quick update here from sunny Southern California. If you have any questions or comments on blockchain, be sure to join us on Thursday back here at the same time, 6 p.m. Eastern, for another blockchain update. And until next time, I'm Chris Bennett, your blockchain beard guy. Hope you guys are having a great day.